Large flowered trillium, or as it's known by its Latin name as Trillium grandiflorum. This plant is a perennial, meaning its lifespan is longer than 2 years, and it grows in a habitat of rich, moist woods. The plant grows between 6 and 20 inches tall and has a white flower which turns pink as it fades. The flower is in bloom between April and June, and the flower has 3 regular parts or petals, with a solitary showy flower which is funnel shaped at the base and flaring out from the middle. The petals are half an inch to 2.5 inches long, and the plant has whorled leaves. The leaves are entire, with 3 broad leaves. Caution should be taken when harvesting this plant. Because of the rarity of some trilliums, collect only when abundant. The berries and roots are inedible. The Promocashaya and a few Iroquois Indians considered the plant poisonous. As for the plant's edibility, the leaves are edible. Before the young leaves unfold, they can be used in salads. They taste like raw sunflower seeds. The leaves can also be boiled for 10 minutes and served with butter or vinegar, but after the flower appears, the leaves become bitter. Large flowered trillium has been used for a variety of medicinal purposes. The Chippewa Indians made an anti-rheumatic by creating a decoction of the root, pricked in with needles, and applied near sore joints. They also made an earache remedy by creating a decoction of the root bark and used it as drops for sore ears. The Menominee made a decoction of the root and took it for irregular menstruations. They also made an infusion of the grated root and took it as a painkiller for cramps and to promote urination. For a swollen eye remedy, a poultice of the grated raw root was applied to the eyes to reduce swelling. The Iroquois had a rheumatism remedy by combining trillium and fishworms. First, harvest the bulbs, dry, and crush them into a powder. Next, fill a pickle jar half full of fishworms, cover the jar, and place it in the sun. Then pour off the oil from the jar and rub the oil onto sore joints. Then apply the powdered trillium roots. For a stiff muscles remedy, they would combine trillium, wild columbine, small flowered crowfoot, and sharp-lobed hepatica. Add a handful of trillium roots, a handful of wild columbine roots, and the whole plant of a small flowered crowfoot. Then add 3 whole sharp-lobed hepatica plants into 1 quart of water and boil down to half a quart. Leave the roots until water has cooled, and then drink half a wine glass 2 hours apart. For a headache and catarrh remedy, catarrh meaning a buildup of mucus in the membrane, they would combine trillium, small jack in the pulpit, and common blackberry plants. Dry and crush all 3 plants into a snuff. For an itch remedy, wash the irritated parts with the trillium's milky sap. And for a suntan oil and hand lotion, crush the plant and rub to apply. According to the King's American Dispensatory, the medicinal parts of this plant is its root and leaves. The solvents are boiling water and diluted alcohol, and its actions are astringent, tonic, and antiseptic. The plant has been used to treat a variety of ailments, including cough, asthma, and breathing difficulties. Externally, a root poultice was used on tumors, bad ulcers, anthrax lesions, swollen lymph nodes, insect stings, and to restrain gangrene. In some cases, its efficiency has been increased by being combined with bloodroot. The leaves of trillium plants, boiled in lard, have been used in some parts of the country as an application to ulcers and tumors. This plant has also been used for fishing. The Iroquois would smash 1 root and put it into a small cup, adding a little water. Then they would put their fishing line in the water and leave it overnight.